הארץ ביום ההוא ידמה אחד ושמו אחד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. חזק וברוך, לא רפאל. בעזרת השם, we're continuing in the parasha of the שבוע, פרשת בשלח. שלום, ערב טוב. הלו, חבר'ה. פרשת בשלח, בעזרת השם, is the parasha of the beginning of the Jewish nation coming out of Egypt. And in this parasha it says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was very meticulous and very careful on which path he allowed us to go through out from Egypt to Eretz Canaan. The pasuk says, "V'lo necham, Evre." And Hashem didn't want. Excuse me, Evre. Excuse me, Evre, please. V'lo necham derech Eretz Pelishtim. Why doesn't Hashem want the Jewish people to go through the land of Philistine? It says Kikarovu, for it is very close. Why? Hashem says, excuse me, Hashem says that the Jewish nation will see a war. Hashem says the Jewish nation will see a war, and they will have minapeni nachem ha'am, and they'll regret, and they'll go back. What are you talking about? What war? We just came out of Egypt. Half of Egypt is dead already, by the way. More than half of Egypt is dead. Hashem killed almost 500 million people in Egypt. All the Goyim. Was so much death. What?
Most of them were slaves.
No, Goyim we're talking about. Egyptians.
They were Egyptian slaves.
No, Egyptians. Hashem Davka killed Egyptians as a punishment for what they deserved. So half of Egypt was already destroyed. The Jewish nation, Hashem is afraid they're going to see a war and they're going to be what? They're going to go back. Ki Karovu. Who is Karov? Who is Karovu? The Karova over here, it's talking about the Jewish people will see a war. So Midrash says to us, Chachamim, the sages tell us, what war are we talking about? Am Israel is going to be afraid of war. They just saw half a nation be destroyed right in front of them. Hashem says, I'll fight for you. Hashem elachem lachem. So what are they afraid of? So Hashem says, you know what they were afraid of? Chazal teaches that there was a miscalculation in the Shvatim. There was a big argument. Yeah. There is a Hashem, it's a gematria of another Shem of Hashem, Chav Aleph. 21. Okay? So what they did, there was a Shevet that came out. So the gematria was that Hashem's name would be 21 10 times. And that's going to be 210 years in Galut. That was the Mesirah that they got through Yaakov Avinu. The Galut is going to last for 210 years, 10 times gematria of Hashem, Hashem, Kav Aleph. 21.
He said 400.
Now, what happened was, there was a chelik of Shevet Ephraim that made a calculation and they thought it was 9 times 21, and therefore they came out 121 years earlier, at the year 189. They came out in the year 189, and there was a big battle. The children of Ephraim, they said to everybody, to the Jewish nation, we have to leave now, it's time to leave. At 189 years old, after the Galut started. Meaning from Yaakov came to Egypt, it's 189 years past, which was 9 times the name of Hashem, 21. And instead of 10, they said it's 9. And they came out a year 189, and there was a great war that the Palestinians annihilated them. By the way, all those people who died at this war were actually awakened. When were they awakened? Who woke them? Who knows? Who did Tchiyat HaMetim on those neshamot? Yechezkel HaNavi. Yechezkel HaNavi did the Tchiyat HaMetim to this neshamot. Who was one of the Rashaim who used the bones of this neshamot, of these bodies? Nebuchadnezzar had utensils made out of bones of these people. Okay? And what happened was, when Yechezkel started to do Tchiyat HaMetim, Hashem took away all the bones from around the whole world, as they were used for such a low usage of a human being, bones of a human, and he was mechayeh otam. So the Hashem says, when the Jewish people are going to see what happened to the Shevet Ephraim, they will have a regret and they will go back to Egypt. That was the regret that Hashem was Hashem. Therefore, Hashem said, we're not going to go the 3 days shortcut. Egypt and Israel today is a border, by the way. You know that, right? Egypt and Israel today is a border. So it's only 3 days should have taken them. Derech Eretz Pilishtim. But Hashem didn't allow it. Now, then the Torah tells us that the Jewish people, the Jewish nation came out, they went around the land, and obviously the main thing that we says in the Gemara about in the Maaseh of this Aliya of Moshe Rabbeinu, the most praiseworthy act of Moshe Rabbeinu, every Jew was gathering what? Gold. Korach had 400 chamorim, 400 donkeys laden just of sacks of keys, belongs to his treasures, how much money he gathered. That was Korach. Chacham lev vikach mitzvot. What did Moshe Rabbeinu do? Vikach Moshe et atzmot Yosef imo. Moshe Rabbeinu is teaching us fundamentals. A Jew should be concerned about taking mitzvot, not taking about money. People today, you talk to people about money, give a donation, they run away like you're fire. People don't understand when the Rabbanim selling the people donations to giving people a chance to donate something in the shul or in the yeshiva, they should be running towards that, because people who are working full time, where are they going to have an opportunity to ask a person to put on tzitzit? Where are they going to have opportunity to ask a person to put on tefillin, talit? Where are they going to have opportunity to teach somebody? So instead of running away from giving tzedakah to makomot kedoshot, this is Moshe Rabbeinu is teaching us, you should be running. People should be, the yeshivas should be, doors should be breaking from all the people who are learning full time, working full time, back to support the yeshivas, because Chacham Lev Ikach Mitzvot. Today for $100 you could earn so much mitzvot. What are we talking about? I give out a pamphlet, right? Print out a pamphlet. You print out today $100 about, for let's say 300 sheets. Malkel, you print 300 sheets Torah for $100 today. You distribute it. $100, you have so many people looking at the sheet. And there's a Torah on the sheet. You know how much alunim, this alunim they're giving out every Friday. You know how much money, how much mitzvah there is? Chacham lev, yikach mitzvot. Be smart. Hashem lifneihem yomam, and it tells us that Hashem walks between them, before them in the fire, and in the form of a fire at night, in the form of a cloud in the day. Now, before the end of this Aliyah, there's going to be troublemaking. What was the troublemaking? Remember what Paro said last week. Paro said to Moshe Rabbeinu, next time you see your face, my face, you will die. Paro, don't think for a second, last week when we said the song, Paro in pajamas in the middle of the night walking around, he was not looking to give Moshe Rabbeinu a favor. He was actually trying to kill Moshe Rabbeinu. Why? Because Moshe Rabbeinu agreed to him. Moshe Rabbeinu said, you're right, I won't see your face again. So Paro is coming out of Egypt. What is his accomplishment? What is his goal? He wants Moshe Rabbeinu to meet face to face. For what purpose? So Hashem will kill Moshe Rabbeinu. Because Meirat Tzaddik, the word of Tzaddik, even if it doesn't meant 100%, still will be B'kayem. So Paro had evil intentions. His intentions were that Moshe Rabbeinu should see him and Moshe Rabbeinu should die. Me might think that's the first.
He could think like this. Moshe Rabbeinu was his son.
But over there on the last week when they had an argument, Paro forbade Moshe Rabbeinu to see him, and he said that next time you see me, you will die. And Moshe Rabbeinu says, "You're right. Next time I see you, therefore there is no more seeing." So Paro, he's better. So the intention of Paro coming out right now, he knows he's gonna die. Paro knows he's gonna die. That Moshe Rabbeinu is gonna die. He wants Moshe Rabbeinu to die. Yeah. That's the point. The Rasha, we say that Amalek was the first attacker of the Jewish nation. No, it's Paro. after we killed his half a nation, what are you doing? Sit quietly in your kingdom, rebuild. No, we're gonna go and try to bring the Jews back. To what? Your nation is destroyed, and you said they're gonna kill us. The Paro's intention was to lure Moshe Rabbeinu to look at him, so that Moshe Rabbeinu will die. And Baruch Hashem, it says in the pasuk of the end of the Aliya, Bnei Israel Yotzeim b'yad Ramah, with the whole might, ready to wage any war, even against the Paro or anybody else. They were not afraid of Philistine. They were not afraid of anything. Why? Because Hashem was with them, and Hashem should be with you. Have a wonderful evening.